So to summarize this series of videos on us being an all-round ape, evolution is something that requires a population with different traits and a stress that provides individuals with one trait a greater advantage over other individuals within the population. Our ancestors became better endurance athletes as they evolved. Compared with other animals, humans are relatively poor at strength. They're relatively poor at power. They're poor sprinters. We're poor swimmers. We're poor jumpers. But we are really good at endurance. During the stress of a nutrient scarce environment, so the famine that we were evolving under, and the hot environment where most of this evolution took place, these were the two stressors that really shaped human evolution. Therefore, the people or the individuals who could get more calories through hunting and stay cool through better thermoregulation had an advantage. As a result, humans evolved short toes and these long energy storing tendons, shorter muscles, longer tendons and ligaments. And what that did is it allowed you to improve your running economy. That means it costs less energy to run at a certain speed. And what that allowed us to do was to improve the amount of food that we could get from our persistence hunting. And by doing that, we were able to get more food, and as a result, we were able to get more individuals into the next generation. The second component that was equally important is our ability to thermoregulate. And what that means is that we're able to keep the core of our body temperature relatively constant. In a hot environment, sub-Saharan Africa, running on 2 feet, what it did is it decreased the amount of heat that we're pulling in from the sun, and it increased the amount of heat that we were able to get rid of by wind cooling us down. The second thing is we had very little fur, we had hair, and in the hair you have these things called sweat glands and the skin associated with those hair. And those sweat glands were really, really important because what they could do is they could take water, and it's hot water coming out of you, and then with the wind from being upright, now that hot water being blown off your body, as the water leaves your body, it takes that heat with it. And when that happens through this process of evaporation, we're able to decrease our body temperature or keep our core temperature constant. So really what all of this altogether told us is that we as humans evolved in this hot, nutrient-poor environment by becoming really good at being these persistent hunters, being really stubborn. We're just going to run, we're going to keep running, we're going to keep running, we're going to keep running. And eventually, we're going to overtake these four-legged animals with lots of fur. And at the end, they're not going to be strong enough to resist us, and we're going to get more meat. We're going to get more of our offspring into the next generation.